Nice.
Somebody was asking him out there, somebody complimented him on his suit, and they said something about his socks. I told the lady, I said, ma'am, that's not socks, that's a onesie. It goes all the way.
His name is Josh Townsend. We call him JT. And have you enjoyed your experience with him tonight? So you've been here a year and a half, I guess, about, is that right? Yeah. And here's what you need to know. That what you saw, that's him. Like, he acts like that. Yeah. 24 hours a day. What these folks might not know, JT, is that your life has not always been one that would elicit a lot of smiles from you. I'm glad you enjoy life and live it to the fullest. But a lot of these folks maybe aren't familiar with your story. And just share for a couple minutes here a little bit about your journey. Bring them up to date on how you're doing, all right?
All right. Well, I've had fun. If you don't get anything from what I'm about to tell you, make sure that you get this. Our God is faithful.
Amen.
When my mother was expecting me, she was also expecting a twin. And during my mother's pregnancy, my father was very abusive. Very abusive. So abusive that my twin was born dead. And I've never seen my dad. I don't know what he looks like. Never heard his voice. Never heard my dad tell me that he loved me. I tell people that I've grown up my entire life without an earthly father. But that's all right because I've had a heavenly father my entire life. When I was 3 years old, I had cancer. And that's a picture right after my surgery. A few years later, doctors found a tumor growing on my neck. So I had to go back and have surgery for that. And around this same time, doctors began to run more tests on me, and they determined that around the same time that my twin died in utero, I suffered a massive stroke, equivalent to somebody with cerebral palsy. And that big dark spot that you see right there is permanent brain damage. Because of where the stroke is, I shouldn't be able to walk, or talk, or read, or write, or ride a bike, or play piano. But let me tell you how faithful God is. I shouldn't be able to play piano, but in just a few hours, I'm going to be going into my 7th year of playing gospel music full time. And while I'm on that, there's no better group of men that I would want to travel with than these people right here. Also, a lady came by at the table during intermission and asked, what's it like traveling with Scott Fowler and Scott Howard? And so I was just honest with her. I told her it was sort of like taking an extended vacation with your grandparents.
Let's just stick with the testimony. How about that?
But like I said, that's how faithful God is. Now, I had to go through several years of occupational speech and physical therapy due to the stroke. And that was a very hard, depressing time in my life. But the hardest thing that I've had to face, I think, would had to have been last year, September 5th. I suffered my first seizure due to the stroke. It's kind of changed my life forever. I don't remember much about that particular day, but I do remember a few days later having a doctor's appointment. The doctor walking in and telling me that I was going to have to be on seizure medicine for the rest of my life. That for 6 months I wouldn't be able to drive or do any sort of activity by myself. And when he told me that, I completely broke down. And I cried more than I ever have in my life. And I was so mad at God. Why me? God, why me? What did I do so bad to deserve all of this stuff that's happened to me? Why are you so mad at me? Folks, let me tell you tonight that God is not mad at you just because bad things happen in your life. I've learned this firsthand. God is not mad at you just because bad things happen in your life. Bad things are going to happen in life. There's no way around it. There's no avoiding it. But I'll tell you the good news that we have as Christians. It's that God said, the creator of the universe, said himself that he'll never leave us or forsake us. And that he'll be our refuge in our times of trouble. After I threw my little temper tantrum, I finally said, you know what? What do I have to complain about? Here I am. I shouldn't be alive today. Yet I'm able to live my dream. I get to play Southern gospel music around the world, live my dream. Because of you. What do I have to complain about? I have nothing to complain about. I am one of the most blessed individuals in the world. Every day I thank the Lord for the opportunities and the doors that he's opened up for me. I'm on seizure medicine. And I do suffer side effects from the medicine. But it's okay. Because I know who holds tomorrow.
Amen.
The Lord has kept me safe this far. I said, God, I'm just going to trust you that you know what you're doing and you're going to keep me safe the rest of the way. Ever since I said that, I've had the most peace that I've ever had. Folks, God has been so good to Josh Townsend. And the guys allowed me to record a song on the latest project that says just that. It's my testimony. And I'm going to sing it for you, and I hope you enjoy it. Lately I've been looking back along this winding road to the old familiar markers of the mercies I have known. I know it may sound simple, but it's more than a cliche. And there's no better way to tell you than to say God's been good in my life. I I feel blessed beyond my wildest dreams when I go to sleep each night. Though I've had my share of hard times, sure I'd change them if I could. But through it all, God's been good. Now times replay and I can see I've cried some bitter tears. But thank God I felt His arms around me as I faced my greatest fears. You see, I've had more gains than losses. I've had more gains than losses. And I've known more joy than hurt. As His grace fell down upon me, so undeserved. God's been so good in my life. I feel blessed beyond my wildest dreams when I go to sleep each night. And though I've had my share of hard times, sure I'd change them if I could. But through it all, God's been good. For God has been my Father, my Savior and my friend. His love was my beginning, His love will be my end. I could spend forever trying to tell you everything that He is. The best way that I can tell you is this: my God has been so good. So very good in my life. I feel blessed beyond my wildest dreams when I go to sleep each night. Though I've had my share of hard times, sure I'd change them if I could. But through it all, through it all, growing up without a dad, losing a sibling, cancer, tumor, a stroke, seizures, medicine, surgeries. Through it all, not just some of it, through it all, sing it with me. God's been good.